Everyone falls in love with Akitas the same way. You see that majestic face, that powerful build, and you think, this is my dog. But behind those soulful eyes is a breed that will challenge you in ways no other dog can. They don't obey like other breeds, they don't forgive like other breeds, and they love in a language most owners never learn to read. Here are 10 things nobody tells you about living with an Akita. Let's count it down. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. They choose you. Akitas don't attach to everyone. They're not golden retrievers who love the world by default. An Akita surveys every human they meet with quiet, deliberate judgment, and then they make a choice. When they choose you, it's permanent. But when they don't, no amount of treats or training will change their mind. This selectiveness shocks first-time owners who expect instant affection. You won't get it. What you'll get instead is something far more powerful. A dog who evaluated you, decided you were worth their loyalty, and committed to you with a ferocity that will redefine your understanding of devotion. But you have to earn it, and an Akita makes you wait. Number 9. The silence is deafening. Most dogs announce everything. Akitas announce almost nothing. They don't whine for attention. They don't bark at every squirrel. They don't cry when you leave the room. They simply watch. That silence makes new owners nervous. They think something is wrong. Nothing is wrong. The Akita's quietness is not detachment. It's discipline. They were bred to guard Japanese nobility, which meant observing without drawing attention, standing sentry without making a sound, and responding to threats before anyone else even noticed them. Your Akita isn't ignoring you. They're monitoring you, constantly, silently from across the room. And the moment they sense something wrong, that silence ends instantly. Number 8. Training is negotiation. If you approach Akita training the way you'd train a Labrador, you will lose. Akitas don't perform commands to please you. They perform them because they have decided the command makes sense. Every instruction you give is filtered through their own judgment. Does this align with what I was doing? Is this person worth listening to? Is this request reasonable? If the answer is no, they simply won't do it. This isn't stubbornness, it's a reasoning process. The solution isn't force, it's respect. Akitas respond to handlers they trust and respect. Earn that, and they'll move mountains for you. Skip that step, and you'll spend years locked in a battle of wills with a 130-pound opponent who has zero interest in losing. Number 7. Same-sex aggression is real. Here's the thing most breed guides bury in the fine print. Akitas are notorious for same-sex aggression, and it's not a training failure. It's genetics. Centuries of selective breeding produced a dog that views any same-sex canine as a competitor for territory and resources. This instinct activates around sexual maturity and intensifies with age. It doesn't matter how well socialized your Akita is. 2 male Akitas in the same household can coexist peacefully for years. Then one day, something triggers the instinct, and you have a full-blown fight on your hands. Responsible breeders and experienced owners will tell you the same thing. Never place 2 same-sex Akitas together. It's not worth the risk. This breed was never designed to share. Number 6. They groom like cats. This one catches everyone off guard. Akitas are fastidiously clean, almost obsessively so. They lick their paws after walks, they avoid puddles, they carefully step around mud. Many Akita owners report their dogs actually groom themselves like cats, licking their coats clean after meals and systematically removing dirt from their fur. This self-cleaning instinct comes from their Japanese heritage, where Akitas lived indoors with their families and were expected to maintain impeccable hygiene. But there's a catch. That gorgeous double coat blows out twice a year, and when it does, your house looks like a pillow factory exploded. The rest of the year, they're remarkably tidy. During shedding season, you'll question every life choice that led you here. Number 5. The stare that speaks. Akitas don't just look at you, they read you. Those deep-set triangular eyes were designed by centuries of selective breeding to assess threat levels, and they work on humans just as effectively as they work on predators. When an Akita locks eyes with you, they're processing your body language, your tension, your breathing rate, and your intent in real time. Experienced owners learn to read the stare right back. A soft, relaxed gaze means trust. A hard, unblinking stare means they're evaluating you as a potential threat. And a slow, deliberate look away? That's the Akita equivalent of, I acknowledge you, I don't consider you dangerous, and I'm choosing to disengage. Most people never learn this language, but once you do, your relationship with your Akita transforms completely. Number 4. They don't forget. An Akita's memory is terrifyingly precise. They remember every person who was kind to them. They remember every person who wasn't. They remember the vet who handled them roughly 3 years ago. They remember the neighbor who once raised their voice. And they remember you. Every time you lost patience, every time you raised your hand too quickly, every time you broke their trust. This breed doesn't forgive easily because trust, to an Akita, is sacred. Once broken, it can take months or even years to rebuild. But here's the flip side. They also remember every act of kindness with equal intensity. The stranger who gave them a gentle pat once will be greeted like an old friend 5 years later. Your Akita's memory isn't a grudge, it's a ledger, and everything counts. Number 3. The prey drive problem. That ancient hunting DNA didn't disappear when your Akita moved into your suburban home. Akitas were originally bred to hunt bears, wild boar, and deer in the mountains of northern Japan. That prey drive lives in every cell of their body. Your Akita doesn't chase the neighbor's cat because they're mean. They chase it because thousands of years of instinct just screamed, "Target acquired." Small animals, cats, rabbits, small dogs, even toy breeds, can trigger this response without warning. Off-leash walks in uncontrolled environments are a gamble with an Akita's genetics. This is why experienced owners will tell you, socialize early, manage always, and never trust the prey drive. It only takes one moment of instinct overriding training for a tragedy to happen. Number 2. Hachiko wasn't unique. Everyone knows the story of Hachiko, the Akita who waited at Shibuya Station for his deceased owner every single day for 9 years. Most people assume that level of loyalty was extraordinary. It wasn't. Hachiko's devotion was not an anomaly. It was the Akita breed standard expressed in its purest form. Akitas routinely display this kind of attachment. They wait at doors. They refuse to eat when their person is away. They develop separation anxiety so severe it manifests as self-injury. The bond between an Akita and their chosen person is not casual attachment. It's a psychological merger. They orient their entire existence around you. When you leave, their world literally falls apart. Hachiko wasn't special. He was an Akita being exactly who every Akita is. Loyal beyond reason, beyond time, and beyond death itself. Number 1. They will guard you forever. And here's the final truth about Akitas. They will protect you with their life. Not because they were trained to, not because they're aggressive, but because you are theirs. An Akita doesn't guard territory. They guard beings. When they position themselves between you and a stranger at the park, they're not being suspicious. They're being loyal. When they stand at the window watching the street, they're not being nosy. They're being vigilant. When they place their body across the doorway at night, they're not blocking your path. They're blocking everyone else's. This breed will face down any threat to their family without hesitation. And they'll do it silently, decisively, and without ever backing down. You don't train an Akita to guard. You earn the right to be guarded. And once you have, no force on this earth will get past them to reach you. So there it is. Owning an Akita isn't for everyone. And that's exactly how they want it. They don't give their hearts easily. But when they do, it's yours forever. If you share your life with an Akita, you already know this truth in your bones. Drop a comment, Ukstein. What's the one thing nobody told you before you got yours? I read every single one. Subscribe if this hit home, and I'll see you in the next video.